Hello again. This exercise is designed to illustrate how you can use a self-coaching tool that we call the Showcaser to systematically work on developing, refining, monitoring, showcasing, and communicating your skills. It can be used for any skill that is typically required in the area of your interest. For this exercise, we suggest that you use presentation skills, as those are required in most occupations. Also, presentation skills belong to so-called soft generic skills, where requirements are different between occupational fields and levels, and there are no standards like the ones we have in vocational or hard skill areas. If you think about an organization where you would like to work and then consider different levels of the organization, you'll see that presentation skills that are required at each level and for each position are slightly or significantly different. For example, a CEO of a large organization should be able to present at high-level board meetings, give keynote speeches, and communicate freely with top-level government officials. A sales representative of the same organization will most likely work with corporate clients or retail customers giving sales presentations. To capture the exact requirements for the position of your interest, you'll need to analyze the job description and do research and come up with a list of critical tasks as we recommended in courses 1 and 2. In the case study that we used in course 2, we saw how Sonia, a job applicant, figured out that to succeed in the position of communications manager with Demode, she needed to prepare for the critical task of delivering a high-quality, stylish PowerPoint presentation, emphasizing the brand image of the company. We examined how Sonia conducted research and collected samples of best practices in the field, identified assessment tools, and even constructed her own rubric and used it for self-assessment. As a result, she figured out how to address selection criteria and prepare for her job interview. If you didn't take course 2, you may want to quickly review the videos in week 3. Now, let's think about Sonia's next steps. Suppose that Sonia has got the job and is now considering moving forward in her career. She may decide that her future occupation will be in the same field of communications, so it is very likely that she will again be required to demonstrate excellent presentation skills. While it may be difficult to predict what critical tasks can be given to her in the next job, she may use the time in her current job to strengthen her skills portfolio. Here's your first task. Can you provide Sonia with recommendations about how to showcase and communicate her skills in preparing and delivering high-quality, stylish presentations? We assume that Sonia won't disclose any information that her employer would consider sensitive. We suppose that during her tenure with Demode, Sonia will continue working on her presentation skills, and some of her work can now be considered as evidence of her mastery in the field that she keeps matching against best practices in the field. To showcase her PowerPoint presentations, she can use various channels. For example, she can place samples of her presentations on YouTube, LinkedIn, and SlideShare, a personal website. For each channel, Sonia may create a promotional strategy aimed at communicating her skills to target audiences. For example, she may incorporate a link to her display of skills into her job resume or her LinkedIn profile. She will then need to monitor the results of her promotional activities. In week 2, we'll discuss promotional strategies and tactics in more detail. You may say that the approach we just described is not new, and you are well aware of many opportunities to present and showcase your skills with the use of social media. This is an excellent point. But here's your second and final task in this exercise. Please answer the following questions. Do you have a list of hard and soft skills that are most relevant for your future job? Can you translate those skills into critical tasks that most likely will be given to you on that job? Do you know what standards and benchmarks can be used to measure your level of proficiency in performing those critical tasks? Do you know how to accurately evaluate your level of mastery? Can you do it on your own? Do you know how to solicit and receive peer feedback to make sure that your self-assessment is accurate? Do you know how to document your mastery in performing the critical tasks? Can you create a set of artifacts representing and showcasing your level of mastery? Can you design promotional activities to communicate your skills to prospective employers? Do you know how to attract and retain their interest? Finally, when you think about promoting your skills, how many of them do you actually promote? We hope that when thinking about the above questions, you've become interested in learning more about possible approaches to developing promotional strategies for various artifacts. This is something that we'll focus on in the next lecture.